Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how you can set up your OneDrive to allow you to share links with anybody, whether they're in your organisation or not. So the first thing we need to do is actually work from our Microsoft Admin Center. So to do that we go to office.com. So I'm going to go office.com, which is your main login. So it's going to sign me in. It may ask you to actually log in with your email and username. Mine recognises me. So this is your main office entrance, and so from here we've got all of the apps available down the side here, or you can hit the 9 dots in the corner, and we're going to the admin pod, and it should open the admin center as a new tab, just so that you don't lose where you were. So this is your main admin center. This is where you do your billing. It's where you do all of your users and teams and groups are set up. So we're going to show all, and then we're going to go down here and we're looking at Sharepoint. So we're going to the Sharepoint Admin Center. It'll open a new tab. So we've gone from Office Central to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and now we're in the Sharepoint Admin Center. So what we need to do is set it so that your site that you're wanting to share links from is available. So we're going into active sites. This will list all of the SharePoint sites that you've created. So you will see there's another video that talks about setting up SharePoint sites, but for now we're just talking about if you've got an existing SharePoint site and you're wanting to share a link from your OneDrive folder. If you haven't set up individual sites yet, you should have one that is your business name. So I've got one that's just called Thrive Admin. I'm actually going to do today, I'm going to do the one that is Test Client. So if I click on that one, you'll see it's got a whole bunch of information that pops up on the side here. If I go to permissions, it's got things about who's got access, who's available to work on it. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to close that little pop window. So you'll see when I've clicked on it and highlighted it here, we've got an option up the top here, which is our sharing settings. So I'm going to click that, and this gives you the options for how you're able to share links and content from that site. So as an example, in my setup, the standard is that guests will need to sign in or provide a verification code in order to access content. What we want, depending on your levels of security and the kind of information you want to share, you may have it set up so that it's only people in your organisation, so only people who have an email address on the same domain as you would be able to access it. Existing guests only allows only guests who are already in your organisation's directory. New and existing guests so that they need to sign in, and then anyone. So obviously this has the least security on it, and it means that you can share files and folders with links and there's no sign-in required. This is the thing that I use with clients, and it means that I can forward them a link and they can work on something straight away. It also means that if they share that link with somebody else, someone in their team, someone that they're working with, that person can access it without any security issues as well. So you need to be aware of that in terms of what you're providing and what you're sharing at a level that is suitable for your comfort level and your security needs. So in this instance, we're going to set it to anyone. I don't touch any of these other things. So there's things about expiration of the links and default link permissions. I just leave everything else as it is and I hit save. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my home and I'm going to my SharePoint. Again, it will open a new tab for you. So this is the main SharePoint site, and I'm going to open up this one was the one, we call it Test Client was the one we called, wasn't it? Where is it? There it is, up the top. So Test Client in the group. So now what I'm going to show you is how I can actually share things. So we've just got a general folder. We don't have any content at the moment. So if I go back, hang on, let me go back to Documents. So if I wanted to share this folder, I can right click and I can share the selected item with other people. And you'll see now I get this option, which is anyone the link can edit. So I can change it I can make it people within my organization, or I can specify, I can set a password for it. So you can still play with these settings, but generally that is now a standard setting. So there are two ways that I can share the link. I can directly send it to someone. So I'm going to send it to myself and say, this is the link to our working folder. Okay, and that will now send an email to that person directly from OneDrive, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So that will close that, and it's gone to me. The other way that we can do this is we can share it. We can do it this way, share this link to Outlook. What it's going to do is it's actually going to open Outlook on the web, and here is the link. And so you can see it's reformatted it to look like a folder, which is lovely. And then I can send an email to myself. And then of course you could put anything else in there that you wanted to. So I'm going to hit send to that, and I'll show you that as well. The other and third option is to share it and is to copy the link. So I can copy that link, and it's been copied, and anyone can edit. And then what I can do is I often will do, I'm just going to open this up and pop it over here for you to see. So I'll do this in my desktop Outlook, and I may decide that I am using this as my welcome email. So this is all drawn up, and then I've got a link here that I've formatted already as part of my standard font, and I would go in here and I want to edit this hyperlink, and it would now be this link. So I've pasted that in, that's been copied. We go like that, and now that link, if we look at the link and we go open link, it's now going to open it, and I'm in Test Client Documents General. So that link is now working. I'll also show you what I've received as emails. So you'll see I've received, this is the first step. So the first step was that we received, this is the one that's come directly from OneDrive, and it's just saying that I've shared, and this is the content that I popped in that main body. Then you can click on this and it will open that folder, okay? And then the client can add the shortcut to their OneDrive, they can copy the link elsewhere, so they've got access then, and they would be set up as a member. They're not a member of the group, but they have access to the folder with anything that's in there as well. The other email that I've received is this one, which was where we hit the Outlook button. So you can see it's got the email head subject that I set, and then of course any content that I'd put in would be there. If I click this one, it will automatically open it up as a page on my website. So these are really handy ways to be able to share content without clogging up your inbox with large attachments. It's also a great way because if you're still working on the document or making final edits but need to get that email out, you can do that. And by the time the client goes into the folder or into the particular document that you share, they're looking at the most current version at all times. So just remember that if you share a folder, they'll have access to everything in that folder. If you share a particular file, they'll literally only be able to open that file. So I hope this has been really useful. If you are interested in learning more ways to use your Microsoft 365 subscription for your business, check out Microsoft Dynamos on Facebook. It's our free Facebook group where we share loads of tips and tricks, monthly training sessions, and free resources. You can also check out thriveadmin.com. In our shop, we have a monthly workshop which goes through a template and gives you a finished document. We've also got some DIY templates and some great resources that are all built using Microsoft 365 programs. If you've got any questions, get in touch with me. It's marianne@thriveadmin.com. The details will be in the comments, or you can pop a comment on this video and I will get back to you. Cheers.